As my next project in Fragile World book, I decided to color this whale shark. It's not the most exciting page, and we have very limited color palette. Obviously blue water if we want to color in realistic way. We have shark, which can be colored in shades of gray, maybe gray and brown, and we can do fishes more or less colorful, but palette is quite limited. And also in this book we have a lot of pictures with water, and I decided that I will try to color water in various ways. I already did blue water, I already tried to do more greenish tint of the water on other pictures, and here I decided to do water background with watercolors. My paper, my book allows me to work with watercolor carefully. It's not perfect paper for watercolors, but it allows to apply watercolor with moderate amount of water. And darker colors, they work better. If you use light colors or colors diluted with water, those tiny stains can appear here. So I hope that in this case I somehow will manage to avoid such effect. I have several blue colors prepared here. That's my watercolors. They are by Ukrainian manufacturer Rosa Gallery. You can purchase them in sets or in full pans or in tubes, and for me they are very good. Well, I think that I will try to do a light area, very light blue here, to make some difference in the background. I don't want simply to cover everything with plain blue color. So here will be probably a light blue area. Then here and on the corners I will do more intense blue, and maybe somewhere here where we have bigger amount of fishes and beneath the shark I will use even more intense blue. As my main color I will use industrial blue and blue, and as additional colors I also have cobalt blue and cobalt turquoise. If needed I can also add indigo, but I am not sure. Indigo probably is too dark. Here I want more vibrant blue color for the water. So let's work. First, I was disappointed that I have with me only my small brush. Usually I prefer to do big watercolor background areas with my bigger brush, but as I need to color carefully around fishes, I think that this size of the brush will manage to work here. I protected the rest of my book with a spare sheet of paper, so now I am perfectly ready to start working here. I finished my watercolor background. I can't say that it's perfect. In several areas I still got this effect of the strange dots. Probably you can see it here. And I noticed on my previous pages when I colored lip lemur frogs that dots appeared in the same area on the right bottom corner, and on the upper part paper behaved better. The same happened here, but at least there are no problems with bleeding through. Everything on the next page is perfectly clear. I don't think that those dots they ruined the effect of the background. For me they look like plankton or maybe air bubbles around fishes, so I am not disappointed. Most of all, I am glad that I managed to get this effect of some kind of water swirl beneath the shark and around it, and darker water near the sides of the page. I noticed that semi-opaque paints like cobalt blue, cobalt turquoise, they behaved better on this paper. You can notice it on marking on your watercolors. If you have this mark, it means that it's semi-opaque or semi-transparent. It's the same. But if paint is totally transparent, so you have clear square as a marking, it's bigger possibility to get those dots, so be careful with amount of water you use with transparent paint. But maybe it's just paper in this edition. Now I don't think that I have enough patience to color all those fishes with pencils. I think that I will put basic color again with watercolors, and only some of the details like tails or maybe some bright elements I will do with color pencils. And another thing, if I am not happy with the watercolor background in some of the areas, I can always find matching colors of colored pencils and to make additional color accent or simply to color more carefully around shapes of those fishes. Surprisingly, I found that my color pencils match the best this watercolor background, and they don't create those waxy shining as Prismacolor do, so they simply blend very well on this paper with a watercolor pigment. It depends from the paper, because in several books I prefer to add such accents with polychromos pencils. Sometimes Arteza works better, so it's a matter of testing. Here I found several very helpful colors matching all those light blue, mid-tone blue and dark blue, so if needed I will use them to improve slightly my background. Now I will wait until my background is completely dry and I will try to color those fishes.